Wi-Fi together, baby. Here we go again. You ready? What's going on here, speakers? What's going on here? Got me over here looking silly like Kramer. But I ain't just show up here. I was meant to be here. You was meant to be here too. Listen, my name is Six Paths Dice. Mr. Land, if you need me, let me make sure my levels is right. Make sure you two respecting me and all that. I just got out from a long day of work. I really shouldn't be doing the show, but I'm going to do the show for you anyway. I'm going to speak on these things anyway because I'm looking online and I'm seeing some things. Shout out to Piper Boy. Pause. Don't mind me. I'm just a man that gave himself a bunch of jobs, and one of my jobs is helping you improve your relationships to people, places, and things. I'm gonna support you in your spiritual walk, no matter what that is, because everything is a spiritual journey. But here on Six Paths TV, it's the winner circle. If you here, you home. You could be anywhere, but you over here with us. I appreciate you. Six Paths TV, subscribe to the channel. So, looking online, and I'm seeing more than ever. Shout out to Kevin Samuels and his prophetic stream a few years ago, based off the fame and esteemed Game of Thrones series. Winter is coming. That was the title of the show. And now winter is here. We got people with wealth, or supposedly got wealth, or at least they have the image of having it together. And we got to really get into what's going on in the personal lives of these women. But we're gonna get into a few body cam videos real quick. I'm gonna be a good content creator. Let it play out. Then I will react. I will react at the perfect time. I'm confident I will. All right, man. So, I know how we do, man. Welcome to Six Paths TV, man. I know we're gonna just jump into it. So we're gonna get into that real quick. And I want to go ahead and react to a little bit of Keisha send-off from Accountable Commentary. And I wanted to get into that because of the whole Adin Ross and Doechii thing. So my opinion on that whole thing is that, fam, y'all are both public figures, right? And as public figures, and this is a free country, you can talk about whoever you want to talk about. That's up to the people who know those people, and those two individuals. If it go violent, it go violent. If it go there, it go there. That's on y'all. But making this argument of because it's a black woman and that's a white guy, that it's automatically wrong. I'm like, fam, they're having a back and forth. They don't like one another. They're having an argument. What's he's supposed to what? Now if he would have called her like a dirty, like, you know, I'm not gonna say nigger bitch, but I'm saying but like a dirty, like, N-word bitch, something like that. That's something different. He would have called her a slur. That's different. I get it. It is disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But we can't pick and choose when the word bitch holds weight. Because for the most part, the word bitch don't hold much weight no more. I mean, it do. It can. But I'm just saying, like, in 2026, really? Anyway, let's get into it, man. Let's do a few tunes, man. Let's do emotions real quick, man. Weigh in. Throwing the blank, man. I done run my shit by Doechii, but switching to Space Jam. I done run my shit by Doechii, but switching to Space Jam. What you feel? Yo. I'm at you go, your skies was out. Smoking the cook of the eyes, could have grabbed your bad one. Blue to my side, 500 bits I can swallow a price. Go rah like a dungeon dragon. Lights to carry, nigga, pants are sagging. Black G mad, but your bitch with the wagon. Cave your chest like Bin Laden. Let your man be a man when it cost me the rent. Fuck you been, nigga, me call with a wrist. Like that, you know you got the money I sent you. I cuss ass out on fucking potential. Move by faith, right where I needed me. Worry about shit, I need you to believe me. Baby in my lap like DDG. She get ahead of herself, she get a DDT. That's true. Tree in the shade of building, don't hear from. Pay my money, where if you ain't no big daddy got proof. Last one standing, last one y'all wanna feel my emotions. One feel my emotions, still got motion. Moving slow motion. Bags around me, feel like an ocean. Who lyrics you quoting? With the box's head, it feel like he's voguing. I feel my emotions. I know what I need, I'm not in the moment. I Tell my bro I got one life to live. Went back to 6 wives and thousands of kids. She was from Virginia, but she moved to Jersey. Bitch plotting on me, she the new Cersei. Covered in gold like the old Cersei, but I'm done with mercy. Bitch, have mercy, never dawned on me. Want me to lose, makes more sense when we do what you do. One last thing, go fuck yourself. No step that the season, I accumulate wealth. The rich nigga done been broke before. I done took some losses, got smoked before. I'm a D-boy, not so dumb no more. But I bet that shit coast to coast no more. I smack them up, I gotta know what you niggas. Nah, I ain't friendly with niggas. In the shade of building, don't miss. Pay my money's worth, you know, baby, daddy got proof. Last one standing, last one y'all wanna feel my emotions. I don't kill my emotions, still got motion. I move in slow motion. Bags around me, feel like the ocean. Who lyrics you quoting? The box is head, it feel like he's voguing. I feel my emotions. I know what I need, I'm not in the moment. Think I'm the way in. Drawing a blank man. I don't roll my shit, but I do keep my motherfuckers whistle the Space Jam. I do keep us whistle the Space Jam. What you feel? There ain't nothing about lesson. Who the fuck you pressing? Who the fuck you pressing? You ain't nothing about lesson. You gotta cuff me, babe. You know I'm here with my dog. Yeah. Try to get along with me. Know what the fuck is going on with me? Going on with me. Yeah, I'm talking chop down your bitch ass. Chops down your bitch ass. Bossed up your bitch ass. Some 6 packs and the big bags. Holding reach on some loose shit. I feel like Nas in the crucifix. You can hate me now, but I do the shit. I lose nigga, need a loser bitch. I send the watch some stupid shit. I'm 10 piece we doing movies with. Seducing me, I'll seduce the bitch. Who you with? Who you with? The furs on my hoes. How no winners come to faces for the repercussion. Hell nah, you ain't got the stomach. You ain't solid, hoe, you ran off on me. Now I'm glad you ran off with my cold souls. I ain't good with this. Still crunchy shit, so what's good with you? Dug out in the bando, nigga. I bet on myself like Sandu, nigga. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuel, nigga. I bet on myself. Yeah. Try to get along with me. Want you cuff me, babe. You ain't gotta cuff me, babe. You know I'm here with my dog. Try to get along with me. What the fuck is going on with me? Going on with me. I believe in it. About me, mama charming response like Nick Cannon, big booty Haitian girl that be feeding me salmon. When me push it dependent, I can tell why I'm in it. You can date with attention, I cash out submission. I see these my girls, these is all my bitches. I say it's up for you niggas. I introduce it to 50% all around the world. They talking about black love, but I put it on your ass if you giving it up. Somebody tell these hoes stop abusing the plug. I mean, I could be useful, then you using me up. I said that ain't no safety. That's on me, baby, bitch. Dub Tom Brady. The fuck is you crazy, baby? Mama bonus, bag of money in Mercedes. Tell me who the greatest. I know I'm the greatest. I know I'm still lovable. You gotta bring it out of me. Azul, then I got 10 jukers on the sound of me. Ain't gonna let me hit it old school. I like to leave it. Oh, I'm about to shoot the club up. She ain't gonna let me hit it old school. I like to leave it. Cash flow like I'm from home. Cash flow like I'm from home. Yeah. Half of the whole back amendment ways. Too many YNs got feminine ways. Why a song get minimum plays? Your bitch told me you been on my plate. Broke niggas saying shit that I hate. My bro, cause the world before the text like you broke. Wanted me to 1%. I paid mad dudes like humble niggas. A death match like bumble nigga. Move this word to rumble nigga. Young OG, same OG. On your timeline, try to stay low key. Had that man, now you don't know me. Matter of fact, you don't got know me. Wish I had the 6 pounds since I was young nigga. Neil Green, my color, I'm not the one nigga I'll be. Wish I believe you sooner. Things happen for a reason. I like this future. I told you my baby is Uncle Solana. Cause of my baby, I'm covered in honor. Thanks to not just a cover cabana. Next stage, you turn full mom and give you 30 days before I dropped on you. Yeah, act like I ain't had to drop on you. First time I should have called the cops on you. Let my Muslim boy mix a line on you. Got the formula. Make them hoes loyal. Saudi Arabians pay me in oil. I ain't sacrificing to tip your pussy remain the pride. You the back the book. Side owns the wild. top order. Maybe a man that camera so on. Me and Lil Mama got matching pajamas, Gucci pajamas. We in the cabana, bust down young Tatiana. Cause of my baby, I'm covered in honor. Argue with me, argue with your mama. Mad at me, she mad at your father. Dark skin bad with the ill nine. I feel like Usher Poppins collar hall. Cash flow like I'm from Harlem. Cash flow like I'm from yeah. Yeah, I don't fuck with both, bro. Baby fires getting hot by holler. Tell her I holler. I told you my baby I love her Solana. Because of my baby I'm covered in honor. Shit gon' go how it's supposed to go. Got a few slow ones for the poker nose. Turn angel dust in the holy smokes. Changed again if you know, you know. You was always biggest hater I know. People ugly ways could make you so cold. My bad bitch got a ways to go. You want to crime, you got a ways to go. You can't stand the fact that I'm up without you. Roll me a song, but I ain't thinking about you. Tell the truth, I've been smoking too much. Delusional hoes be hoping too much. Me and Lil Mama got matching pajamas, Gucci pajamas, in the cabana, bust down young Tatiana. Cause of my baby, I'm covered in honor. Me when I say a baby daddy can never. Heavy as punch, still light as feather. Got me a bag, my power's back. I'm starving the throne, I'm proud of that. I'm top of cherry, with the Don Cherry. Filet mignon high like the parent. So on time, I'm making them sherry. Rick Boss versus something to cherish. You a fucking goofy, I stand on that. Fuck a soft man, I don't need to land on that. Gotta convince I'm the man on that. You got the first thing to stand on. I said, home. The cash flows like I'm from home. Cash flow like I'm from home. Yeah, I said loud, said home. All right, man, let's get to a few different things, man. We got to really get into the reality of things. The reality is this. I get where we are. Like, I mean, here's what I'm proposing for the men if you can hear my voice. Okay. We can still turn this shit around. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's going to take a few good men like myself, especially the kind of men who want to repopulate the world. I will, if I have to, trust me, I got y'all. If you need me to repopulate the world, put my genes out there and put my light-skinned genes out there, I will repopulate the world. Just let me know. Matter of fact, hold on. What's the matter of fact? Give some more power response. Come on. Fall need. You know what else? You know what else?
I snapped my fingers.
What's up?
You'll forget that you were ever gay.
All right.
I was never gay. Exactly.
That shit back over here. Hey. Some of you niggas ain't real. You niggas ain't real, bro. Don't ask me why I had to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Don't ask me why I had to do that. So, anywho. Winter is here. You got people who got night. Listen, I'm about to show you a few Johns that if you seen them on, this first John I'm gonna show you, if you saw her on Instagram, you'll be thinking you gotta have the bag to talk to. I ain't like you still do, because I mean, gotta realize that all right, boom. If to make it right now, right, to do good, you have to have a combined income of about like $150,000 between two people. That's a pretty good combined income. It's a lot of buying power. You know what I mean? Like, you can save up for things. You know what I'm saying? Small emergencies is not going to take you out. You know what I mean? So, all right, boom. But if she bringing in $20,000 a year, right? And you bringing in 70, do a little math. Don't be lazy. But now, like real talk, when you deal with broke women and you deal with women who spend a lot of money and don't bring in much money, for the most part, yeah, you need more money to deal with them because they ain't got no money. All right. So the reason why these clips I'm getting ready to show y'all is going to be so important is because I think the veil needs to come down. A lot of guys need to understand what's actually going on out here, because a lot of men are walking around out here thinking they're not good enough. And don't get me wrong, if you are not working to your full potential, if you do not have goals, if you do not have how can I say, a trajectory that you put yourself on, if you're not taking action at a certain age, for the most part, you can always make a change at any age, but you may be in what we call the category of losing niggas. All right. All right. So the title of this joint is this. Check this out. The title of this joint is, don't film me now, touchscreen. Shoplifters and $100,000 Mercedes caught stealing designer clothes. All right. When she get out the car, you gonna see what I've been talking about. I'm gonna tell you something. Whenever you see them surgery bodies, it means so many different things. First and foremost, you can't trust her. All right. And whatever y'all have going on is gonna be temporary. No one has ever had a long-term relationship with a woman who's had surgery. Because she can't commit to her own genetics. I'm not mad at that, honestly. You know what I'm saying? But it is a common behavior. And on Six Paths TV, we break everything down to high vibrational behaviors and low vibrational behaviors, so we can always create a map back to our godliness, to our higher selves, to the version of ourselves that says, I could do anything. But let's go ahead and get into this turned up Doechii. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and respect that hairline.
Because I always respected your hairline on television.
You understand? You know what I mean? Let's get to it. Hold on.
The description of a female we're looking for. You mind if I get your ID?
Yeah.
Bring this shit
I'm
back.
asking the description.
Did you
On March 23, 2024, Florida police responded to a theft report at a Carter's store after 2 suspects had already left. Store staff reported that the women worked together. One...
Yeah, that's a fat ass cop over. You see that fat ass cop to the right? I mean, I know I'm a fat guy. I'm just saying. You see that fat ass cop over there to the right? God, you see like that? Ain't no point in you having the vest on. You know what I'm saying?
taking and hiding items while the other kept employees occupied through conversation. Using the descriptions provided, officers spotted one of the suspects in the parking lot shortly after arriving. The following body camera footage shows what happened next.
Hello.
How you doing?
How you doing?
He said hello. What? That was one.
If you love me, let me get your body.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Hold on.
I want your body.
What's up?
If you love me, let me get your body.
Yeah, let me get that body. I'm not letting get back to it. Go ahead.
I'm somewhere else, okay? Basically, want to talk to you about something. You matched the description of a female that we're looking for right now. Why you out of breath? What's going on?
Oh no, I was on the phone. I just got with.
Okay.
You saw me.
Hold on, man. She over there talking crazy. Hold on now. She's talking crazy.
It was big, but that sounds ridiculous.
What?
You matched the description of a female we're looking for. You mind if I get your ID?
Yeah. I'm asking the description.
That's the description. What I always love about watching these videos is how much pretty much everyone's performance of what they think the truth is, right? Because in these situations they caught red-handed. Okay, and don't get me wrong, it's this different level. So some people they're able to create a lie on the spot and keep a certain line of logic. Some people, it's just interesting to see like the approach that they all use. But the first thing they do is they always, whatever you say, they repeat what you say as a question. Okay, so you match the description. I match the description, and what a lot of times, right? What this person is doing is buying time, because the more time they buy, the more that they can prolong the conversation, they get more time to, for one, get settled into the conversation, and then they have more time to think of other lies. So, all right, boom, I'm gonna try this, or I'm gonna try that. So what's funny is, you really can, especially for men, a lot of men. I think it's important for y'all to watch these body cam videos, because I think a lot of men, you're not able to tell when somebody lying to you. Like, you definitely not able to tell when a girl's lying to you. You know what I mean? So anyway.
You go on Carter's at all?
Did we do what?
Did you go to Carter's?
I had bought something from here.
So you brought something from there? What did you get?
I got my receipt and everything.
Okay. All right. We'll just get your ID and then we'll
The yellow one that's in the description.
confirm if it's you or not. All right. So she do got a Carter's bag, so she's brought stuff out
I
of
got
there.
my receipts and everything.
So just ask them.
Copy, I'll be on that.
So
Oh, she got a Carter's bag?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna figure it out.
I called you guys as she was running the corner, and her breasts were suddenly huge because she stuffed all the product down her shirt.
That was snarky. That was real snarky. You saw all of a sudden her breast was suddenly huge because she stuffed all the product down her shirt. That's cool. All right, go ahead, sis.
About how much did you think they took?
Probably like $1,000.
$1,000?
Wow.
They took.
You could write an itemized receipt.
We're out with one of the females.
she say about Carter? What was supposed to be said about Carter?
They're at the Nike store, at least one of them. Are you able to walk over there and ID them?
Oh, man, can you talk to me, please? Okay. Let me see your bag.
Listen, what I tell you, anytime you see one of these tummy tucks, you better watch out. So not only is she in a real expensive car, that's a nice listen, that car costs 100 racks. Cause the thing is too, a lot of you dudes will see women. Listen, it don't matter what you see a woman with. A lot of times they cannot manage that shit. They cannot afford. Most things about women be a lie, bro. For real. Like even right now, her body is lying right now. That's not how it was 10 years ago. But I still fuck with it and I still respect it. That's why me and you was different. All right. And listen, I know she not all that in the face, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. This is just what I like. But real talk though, I mean, like being a young man, right? I remember when the internet started becoming a thing in terms of social media, you start seeing people being able to curate a few seconds of their life or be able to put together a video that looks like they're showing you what their regular life is like, and you don't understand that. Nah, this is for entertainment. Like that's curated. Anyone can make a video. Anyone can record one night in their life and make it seem like that's what life really is. Like you don't understand. This is not real. And it's kind of bled into like regular life where again, a reason why I bought this girl up is because I'm like, yo, this is someone you would see online with the right angles and whatnot. Niggas would see her online and say she was a baddie. You know what I'm saying? This is grainy footage. This is not her in HD. It's not her with her best angles and whatnot. But you would see this girl online with some makeup on and think, wow, she got it all together. Especially if you see the nice car. But even in your regular life, a lot of you dudes don't be knowing, fam. You not running no background check on your girl. You not checking her purchases. You ain't checking her credit cards and whatnot. A lot of women, if they can get their hands on some credit, they rack up a lot of credit card debt. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, most of the time, single women always got money problems. I mean, everyone got money problems, but a lot of single women be having money problems or they making just enough. Especially if they got kids. At best, they making enough to pay the bills. If they making that. And I gotta realize right now, whether or not women think it's worth it, it's not so much I think women don't think it's worth it to get into relationships. I think a lot of them are trying too hard to, for one, push their fun year. Shout out to CGA. This is one of his concepts. Basically, trying to make years that are not really fun years into fun years. Your fun years, honestly, are between 15, okay, and like 23, 24. Around 23, 24. Normally, most women understood I'm becoming a woman now. I'm becoming a little bit older. But with TV shows like Sex and the City, and that's why media is important. That's why they didn't have curse words on media, because they understood that certain language, certain concepts, talking about certain things, right, would be have a negative impact on people, because people are influenced by things whether or not they think it's true, whether or not they even believe it. That's why, like, real talk, I had to stop being around certain people. I'm like, yo, if you want to plant the idea in my head that I'm a loser, what the fuck I'm gonna talk to you for? If I'm trying to win, why would I be around someone who's planting the idea in my head that I'm not doing enough, planting the idea in my head that no, you can't be around people like that. Because no matter if you believe them or not, they're influencing you. I remember one time where this dude told me that I rap like a white man, which I partially agree, but also a part of that shit is we were having a face off for a battle we supposed to have, so he's trying to diss me. You know what I mean? And I'm like, yo, I don't gotta sound like a hood nigga. I have my own style. My shit got its own vibration and its own energy, and you can still rock with it. You know what I mean? But that shit made me very insecure. I didn't mean to go off on a tangent, but anyway, winter is here, and none of this shit is real. Men gotta stop believing in the lies of women. All right, and I'm not saying that everything's a lie. But I'm just saying, like, yo, a lot of guys will be thinking that. I remember, like, when I first was dating a few years ago, right? in my mind, I thought I was gonna run into way more women who lived in these expensive buildings with amenities and adornment and all this type of stuff, and they would come to my apartment and think that I'll live in a rundown building. I'm like, nah, nigga, fam. First of all, even the girls who live in them expensive ass apartment buildings, those buildings are $3,000 to $3,500 a month to live in, especially if it's a 2-bedroom. Cause like from time to time when I'm doing deliveries, I'll go in. I like going in these buildings more. Cause I like to be around the money and get the kind of experience. Okay, all right, this is how I want my life to be. All right, this makes it a little more easier to visualize. All right, how I want my shit set up. You know what I mean? Or what kind of space I want to have. I mean, it's gonna be just me, so miss me and Levi. So I don't need a lot of space, obviously. But anywho. So yeah, man. But a lot of those girls, you gotta think about the math. The math just stay mathing. The only way that these girls can afford to live these places is if they happen to be the kind of girl who can generate a good amount of money, man. You got to think about, again, how much money do you need to make to be able to afford like $3,000 in rent? You know what? And I keep listen, like an ex of mine, right? She got a relative who works at the fucking. I thought this girl like leveled up. When I found out she was living in Bayonne and living in this expensive building with a pool, I thought, oh man, she must leveled up. She must be, you know what I'm saying, doing up. And it just dawned on me that, oh shit, you know what? She hoeing. she at the JUCO. Like, yo, whenever you see women, that's not thing too. If you know a woman got a little bullshit job and you see her with night shit and whatnot, that mean hoeing. Okay? And this one right here, she probably hoeing too.
Alright, you just detained right now, alright?
Why are you doing that? I know him in there.
Your phone over there.
Nah, he did something.
Okay.
All right, okay. Got a little wagon action. Listen, that's illegal wagon action. Listen, when you see his hips ratio, it's going down.
Are you just gonna be detained? Okay, so I have to place you in cuffs.
Why I'm being detained though?
You're not under arrest. Like you said, you match description. Somebody that stole items from Carter's. Okay, you have a funny bag. And once they come over here where they say it is or not you, then we'll talk to you further on it, right?
Oh, there's still not all my stuff right there.
That's why I said, like, once they confirm it is or not you, if it's not you, then we'll let you go. But it is you, then we'll have to talk about that, right?
We'll head back there and look at cameras. You guys got cameras, right?
Yes, we do.
I'm just gonna read you something too, okay? Because you are entitled to your rights. You're not under arrest. You're just detained, but I have to read you your rights, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used as evidence against you. You have the right to talk to an attorney. I have him here with you now anytime during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, won't be appointed to represent you. If at any time you wish to stop talking, I have an attorney present. All questions will be stopped for request. Do you understand your rights?
Yes.
With these rights in mind, you want to talk to me or any one of my partners that come on scene and ask you questions.
Okay.
Yes?
I want to talk to him. Hit me in partners because I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do.
What we're trying to figure out too. Apparently, we just got a call about two.
We're gonna jump ahead. Real quick.
So, what's going to happen? I don't know, police come over and see you.
What'd you say?
I want to know
His
what
sister's walking somewhere. He doesn't know where his sister's
she was like, I want a baby daddy. So I'm saying, I don't know if she left with him. I have to call.
All right, so she's in the passenger side of the vehicle. So obviously, so this is her sister's car. Okay, so her and her sister came here to come steal. So shit done went left. She ran to the car. She probably it's either they got the drop, but either way, as you can see, she ran to the car. The car was still open and whatnot. So the sister then ran away and then got ghost, right, and left out the drive. Now in these situations, more and more I'm starting to realize that a lot of stupid people do crimes, and you do crimes mostly because you're too dumb to have the foresight to realize the consequences of this shit is not worth it. Yo, black people, I feel like when you watch this stuff too, you also see, and I've been talking about this too, about how a lot of people, you really don't have a clear grasp on like right from wrong and what's going to happen when you keep doing the wrong thing. It is the most, this is the most fucked up situation to be in, where you have to deal with the cops and something permanent is getting ready to happen to you. Some shit that's going to be very expensive is getting ready to happen to you. Like, yo, it's never worth it to have to spend money on things that you would normally never have to think about. Like when you do a crime, crimes are expensive. from you losing money to paying fines and going to court, all this stuff, different shit. Like, yo, when I went through that shit with with my building, I had to use days off from work and whatnot. You feel me? You know, and I mean, I got paid and whatnot, but that's like 3 days of time that I could have had to rest. You feel me? But anyway, I'm gonna play a little more of this joint and we'll go to the next one real quick. So we're gonna run through these shits real quick.
Got you.
Is this your car?
No.
Where's the car you came in?
This is the car I came in, but it's not my car.
She was sitting inside. Okay. Where's your sister
All my
now?
stuff right there. That I got. All my stuff is right there with my receipt.
Got
So
you.
why is she saying-
Where's your sister at?
I don't.
Yo, listen, when ghetto people start hitting them eyes and minds, that's my bag. Got my receipt. That's bro. That's how you know they about to be on some bullshit. Because right now she taking the L and she having a hard time facing the fact that yo, I'm about to take a fucking L and I'm by myself.
No, she might have went with her baby daddy. She was out here with him.
You want to call her?
Y'all gonna take this out?
Yeah. You want to call
Yeah, I'll call her.
her? Okay. Let's call her. I'm not taking off the cuffs.
You want me to call her with the cuffs on?
You just have your phone in your hand with the cuffs on.
I don't know, but it's so comfortable.
You're just being detained for right now.
Probably text him and tell him not to come.
Okay.
Did you leave with Barbara or you still here? She gone.
Okay, perfect. We'll do a warrant for her and then you're gonna be taking a ride too. You can hang up the phone now.
Taking her out for what? I didn't steal anything.
Shoplifting.
I have my stuff right here. I didn't steal anything.
We recovered items.
Those are the items that apparently she paid for.
Man, that's right. So you trying to take me to jail and I didn't take anything?
Well, they have you on camera.
I didn't take anything.
But it says otherwise. That's good.
Where is it on camera? Tell her to show me.
They looked at it already.
They already looked.
That's why they called us. They gave a description, they provided a description in the system and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you taking her ride, she's not. She said she ain't here. She was having a warrant out for arrest.
You're saying you paid for these?
Yes.
Is there a receipt in here for these? Okay.
You guys ready yet or no?
Yeah.
She want to talk?
Yeah, she talked. She said basically, she went in there to buy some stuff. She didn't steal nothing. All that stuff that's on the receipt is stuff that's in the bag. That's about it.
Okay.
I thought you said y'all was going to get her to identify me so I could show her that I didn't take anything.
Yeah, she identified you. You put the flashlight in your face. She identified you.
Except this is a receipt from Sanford.
That's what I'm saying. All my stuff is paid for. When I went in there, I was exchanging. She held my stuff at the counter literally for me.
That's from a different store, man. All right, we gonna go ahead and leave this here, man. Let's see how this ends. Hold on. All right, so they put it in the car.
Declined.
We'll see if it's on her property now. And on
Declined.
video is gonna.
Declined. Declined.
We'll see if it's on her.
So basically, at this point, they done looked at this receipt. I believe at this point they either went in her purse or something like that. Basically, they done found out that she's traveling with a bunch of other people's credit cards, so she has a bunch of stolen credit cards on her as well. So the reason why they have these receipts where it says decline over and over and over again is because this person is running through credit cards trying to steal from someone in order to pay for their stuff. So there's that.
Property now. And on video is going to show her stuff and all the stuff in her.
This is a no sale. Every single transaction on here is declined.
Hey, you want to go through the video? You want to
Yeah.
watch it on the
I'll go in there real quick. If he can just, does he have her in the car? Okay.
Quarter.
Yeah.
Get her out there.
All those transactions are declined transactions.
Where is that my phone ringing?
Huh?
Is that my...
All right, man, we're going to stop that drum right there, man. Y'all know how this shit ends, but let's go to, like, one more. So I thought this was a really, I don't know what to say about this, man. Like, once it's really here. So I was not familiar with this whole story. Apparently, this should be going more viral because you got to realize this is someone who has a career. This is someone who is a trusted member of the community, right? So this story is about a female officer.
Just taken from the shelves, allegedly presenting
a
the
female
items as the
officer
ones she
at the local, Walmart, shoplifting.
What did you purchase at the self-checkout?
I just got the tote. I was
Why not the items inside of the tote?
completely.
You
not
put
saying
the
I
items
forgot it.
inside of
I
the
did.
tote.
I know, but
Then you tried to leave the store.
yes.
Now this is getting out of control. A police officer in uniform, on duty, is in Walmart shoplifting. No, not off the clock. On the clock, shoplifting. Her police car is parked in the Walmart parking lot. Let's take a look.
I just want to see the video because she's telling us something, and I want to make sure that what she's trying to tell us doesn't match up.
Watching her on the video.
Yeah.
When she was in the front end, yeah. That check, those some checks that are closed, but we have product there, so we leave it all. She went through there, she had her phone out.
Okay.
Then she cuts around the corner, goes over to Clint at door 2. Clint talks to her, she turns around, she goes to customer service. She waits in line at customer service for a minute or two. She rolls up, says a couple of words to Kimberly, the team lead, comes out, heads back to door 2, talks to Clint again, circles back around, and then she cuts through, up through the self-check, turns around, gets in line to self-check 5.
Okay.
She's at self-check 5, she scans the tote, just the tote. Doesn't open anything, scans the tote, just the tote, gets her receipt, heads out, goes right past the door hose on 1, and she's passed everything, she's passed the scan.
Yeah.
And that's when we stop her.
Okay.
Say, hey, what are you doing?
So, because she's claiming that she was trying to find someone to watch her car because she didn't know where. But that doesn't explain why she would then try to push out the merchandise. So I'm sorry. What was your name?
Ward.
Ward.
Yes.
Okay.
Hold up. Why she's not in handcuffs? Don't tell me because she's a police officer, she's getting that special treatment, huh? Tell me it's not so.
Sure. So here's the situation, right? Obviously, you know why we're over here.
Yes, I do.
Yep. What kind of animals do you have at home?
I have dogs.
Dogs? How many?
8.
Yeah, that's quite a few. What kind?
Belgian Malinois and Yorkies.
Okay. Very good. So why were the items inside of the tote?
Like I said, I have 2 separate totes. I was going to do one for the candy and then one for my personal stuff. I was on my way home.
Mm-hmm. So
this is actually like a common scheme that women do, that female shoplifters do. What they do is they go get a tote and somehow travel throughout the store and start filling the tote up. So by the time they get to the self checkout, they go ahead and just pay for the tote and walk out, and there's a bunch of stuff in the tote. Now I'm not sure when and how that worked in what timeline, but people be trying this. This is what she's been doing. So we're going to fast forward to look at what she was up to. This is her in the act.
And September 30th, 2025. Surveillance footage shows Ward entering Walmart 3 times during a couple hours in September. Police say she stole personal care products, dog food, and Halloween candy, totaling nearly $600 in value, concealing the items in a tote. In August, more surveillance footage of Ward walking out of Walmart with household products, gift wrapped, and Lego sets, allegedly using a tote, yet again, to shoplift. Investigators also believe Ward made fraudulent returns during her previous visits. Surveillance video shows her making returns for the candy and glow sticks she had just taken from the shelves, allegedly presenting the items as the ones she previously purchased earlier that day.
I'm saying something happened, and along the way, all we paid for was a tote, and then we tried to leave the store, and you're saying to find a lady, but you went to customer service, you went to one of the greeters prior to going and purchasing the tote. At any point, you could have left your property, right? Now, you're a certified peace officer, correct?
Yes.
If I lost my keys, what are the keys for?
My car, my unit.
Yeah, so if I lost my keys for my unit, I would leave my merchandise and go find it because it's kind of important. Especially you said your weapon's in there, correct?
Yes.
So why go through self-checkout, purchase the tote, and then try to leave the store? We just need to be on the level. That's it.
No,
We're done.
my intention
We're done
was
playing
not-
games.
It's not to take. I wasn't trying to take anything, honest. Okay, my intention was not to steal anything. Okay.
Okay.
That's
At
not
what
what's
point?
happening
At what point?
No, none of it. No, none of it at all. Like I said,
So you put all these items in the tote, one by one.
Yes.
Asset
I did.
protection watched you do that.
Okay.
They watched you close the lid on the tote after every time you put something in there. They've been watching you. I watched the surveillance video. You look like a thief. I'm gonna be honest with you. You look like a shoplifter on the video. I've watched a lot of shoplifters on video. You look like a shoplifter.
Okay, that's
Damn.
not good then.
It's not. It's not, and it makes it hard for me to believe that you didn't remember things were in the tote when you went to leave the store. Especially.
All right, so you guys kind of get the whole story, right? So anyway, the point being is, again, a lot of guys don't realize what they're dealing with, and it's another thing too. The older they get, the more likely this is happening, and this is also going to be, you're going to see a lot more of this stuff, because once it's here, everything is going up, because people are still having kids and people still got a lot of shit to take care of. So you're going to see a big influx and kind of just desperation. But at some point, what's going to wind up happening is it's going to be a certain group of women who realize things will be a lot better for me if I go ahead and get with a man and have an easier life. Because women are still doing that. It's not that it's not happening at all. It's just that the internet makes things seem a certain kind of way. Now, people aren't getting married the way they should, but I think at some point we're going to have to pair up anyway, because men and women, the people who are kind of on the other side of that median income of every group and whatnot, those people need to pair up. They really need to pair up with someone in order to make it. And because most of those people are still living with their family. Most of those people are living with their grandma and their uncles and whatnot, causing havoc at their house. You understand? So anywho, I saw this earlier. I was like, God damn. So this is like an actual police officer, someone that's trusted in the community, and you down to Walmart. And I keep telling y'all, there was a demonic energy about Walmart. All Walmarts are built on ancient Indian burial grounds. I mean Native American Indians, not like Indians from that do computers and stuff like that. I'm talking about, and try to scam you, your grandmother out their money. I'm talking about the Native American Indians. That shit is built on ancient Indian burial grounds. They sacrifice. Let me tell you something. People, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but Walmarts are like the American forest. People go missing in Walmart. About 100 people go missing in Walmart. Legend has it that the baby still catches a body in Walmart every single year, no matter what. Anywho, so yesterday I haven't put the video out yet, probably, but I've been talking about this thing with Glasses Malone and Adin Ross. So Adin Ross and what's her name, Doechii, have been beefing and whatnot, right? So the overall point that I'm going to make, and I feel like to a certain degree, we have to stop coddling women in general. The whole concept of men speaking up for women or defending women vocally and defending women physically is based off the fact that she wouldn't be speaking for herself. That is an outdated way of thinking. That's not who women are. We don't have that relationship anymore where she is under your leadership, where she has respect for you in the community, or she speaks highly of you. Black women do not speak highly of black men like that. It is what it is. It's not really a big deal. I'm not saying it out of hate. I'm not saying that you a bad person, but that's not happening. And black men, if you want to be crashing out, because basically Glasses Malone was never popping. Glasses Malone was a failed rapper I didn't even know he was from the West Coast, but he was a failed rapper that no one ever really liked and whatnot. And he's been trying to break into podcasting, not break into it, but he has a podcast. I guess it's doing pretty good. So he's been using this feud between Doechii and Adin Ross as basically trying to turn it into a Dr. Umar moment, trying to make it a whole, don't let that white man say that about that black woman. Who the fuck is she? You are an entertainer. You are in the public eye, all right? It's the same way you can open your mouth. Matter of fact, she didn't call him a cracker. Like, call him an actual slur, right? And I'm not here, I'm not even gonna say that. You've actually called him a slur, right? So I think he called her dirty bitch. Don't get me wrong. I don't really speak that way to women and whatnot, but they're having an altercation. They're having a disagreement. You know what I'm saying? She's not trying to be his friend. She's not trying to show him respect, right? And the whole crashing out, and I brought this up yesterday, that's a part of that whole attack dog reaction that black men have, where whenever you, it's like, how can I say? It's almost like an Attack on Titan, right? Where Eren, being as though because of the Titan he has, he can control the other Titans and actually call it the Titans. So it's like, again, it's like that dog whistle. Oh shit, you know what? I got myself into an altercation. Let me go ahead and hit my dog whistle, and someone will come to my rescue, or my dog will come to my rescue. It's so many niggas that's in the ground. It's so many niggas that went to jail, right? It's so many. I don't see anything, but it's so many black men who done took tremendous L's trying to stand up for a black woman, trying to commit to black women. And I'm not saying that you necessarily, it was always wrong, but I'm just like, yo, now that we have more of a conversation about this stuff, we're starting to kind of ask, okay, what do black men get in return for this kind of behavior, for this kind of loyalty? And for the most part, usually at this point, if you hear men talking like that, it's a sign of two things. It's a sign of a nigga who's had to depend on and rely on women and their money their entire life, or the kind of nigga that sees his woman as his leader. Your woman is not your leader. No woman be your leader. I'm not saying you can't learn from the woman, but stop being sensitive. I'm not saying you can't learn from women. I'm not saying that she can't help you, but she's not your leader. At the end of the day, it's you have to figure out who you want to be. You have to figure out what's best for you. You have to figure out what's next. That's on you. No one else. Because if shit go left, you can't say to her, well, you told me to do something, so nigga, you a man. That's how the world feel about it. You a man. So anywho, Adin Ross is going to kind of explain his stance. And his stance is basically, yo, I'm not talking about you this way because you're black. Because the story is becoming, because of the optics of it, because he's a white Jewish kid, a white rich Jewish kid, and she's a dark. Not only that, she's a dark skinned black girl. And Ack also made that point too, because if it was Doja Cat and he said that, people wouldn't be upset. But we do this thing where I don't know if we see black women and dark skinned people in general. It's between dark skin privilege, which I feel like a part of dark skin privilege is dark skin people. We don't question the things they do, and we feel as though for dark skin women in particular, we have to kind of feed into this insecurity that they have about how they look and who they are and whether or not they're beautiful women. You know what I mean? And the reason why they have that insecurity is because most dark-skinned women, they really do not want to be with a black man for most of the time. Because again, and there's not so much that they won't be with a black man, but if they had the option of taking a white guy, they would take the white guy over you. Those women in particular really want to have a white. They want to. Again, where does the concept of I want a baby with good hair, or even good hair in general? What does that mean? What is that's in reference to having biracial babies or having babies with a light-skinned man to get some of those genes for yourself, because you don't want your child to have your genes and want your child to look like you, right? But bigger than that, what it is that they don't seem, some of those women, it seems as though like, yo, you don't like being black as much because it stops you from being attractive to these men. Now, that's kind of a harsh concept, but it's like, well, black men love black women. All right. And that's another thing, too, with the whole Glasses Malone thing. Don't y'all ever fucking say that black men don't love black women. Matter of fact, this is all based upon the cultural, how can I say, basically black culture, because in black culture, everyone has to worship the black woman and has to attack anyone who critiques black women and anyone who tries to hold the black woman accountable. Again, y'all are having a petty internet beef. Y'all are both cursing at each other. Doechii is not this innocent, nice girl somewhere. I saw that video yesterday of her, the Met Gala, cursing out these people, trying to help her with her entrance onto the red carpet. She had them put her inside of a box so no one could see her. You can hear her from the inside saying, "Don't let these people fucking see me. Don't let these people." Who says, "Don't let these people fucking see me"? I'm like, nigga, what? You just came out yesterday. We just found out about you yesterday. What is this energy? What is that white stuff in my window? Pause. Anyway, let me play this real quick.
I just think they've never seen me come out like Wendy Ortiz or Pokimane. I didn't say that. I say the same words. I called the people I just named dirty bitches before. It's not just I'm only calling Doechii a dirty bitch because she's black. They don't see that clip. You're involved in the streaming world, so you see when I come at all these people. You get it.
I know.
They don't see. I know. Yeah. And I don't only call the black women dirty bitches. I call the women that are dirty bitches dirty bitches. It's not. I don't look at skin. I don't look at color. I don't look at any of that bullshit because I'm gonna give it a buck, bro. 26, and I believe that like right now we're like this is the truth, bro. Like everybody is so divided, and everybody makes everything about a background or race or religion. It's like everybody's just so separated, and I don't know, bro. It sucks, you know. And it's funny because I can't speak on this because then the Jewish man's talking about this shit. Like, but I get it. So I completely understand where the people are now. What I think is corny, these 50-year-olds threatening to with gang members is just so corny to me. Like, it really is corny. These are grown men that are grandfathers.
I don't like that. And by the way, here's the thing. What I said to Glass, and I said it today. I said, listen, you know, you guys missed an opportunity to bridge some. Again, I agree with Adin responding and defending himself, because a lot of times when they get mad at me, they're like, well, why did you say this to so-and-so? When somebody goes 5%, I go 500%. They never see the 5%. They're like, well, why do you go 5%? So I agree and I defend you for, you know, defending yourself. It's not talking to you. I know, which is, yo, you kind of use the same language for all races. They're not gonna use that. Nuance won't be really brought into. The only thing I would say to you is that, and this is the only part that you have to be cognizant about. There are sensitive groups that would think about, like, they're just sensitive of that. Like, black people are sensitive.
Let me ask you a question. Mm-hmm. If the glasses guy and Joe Budden's, why don't they, if they really love Doechii for being a black woman, why don't they go stream her music? Why don't they go support her? Why don't they go to her shows? They don't give a fuck. They're using this as a moment to clout chase off it, to create other moments, and to create clips. It's the truth. It's the truth. If they really gave a fuck, then how come they're not consistent with what they do, what they speak about, and what they preach? Straight up.
So is it?
You know what? This so we don't drag the show too much, right? And so he's making a really good point, and it's a few different things going on here. For one, I'm always concerned about whether or not the need for content creators to create content changes the perception of certain stories or the perception of certain people, because a content creator has, like, so for example, right, with the whole Kendrick and Drake thing, people need to make content. So if we have a common narrative, people are mostly not going to really have a nuanced narrative, a fair. If you want to get attention, you have to have an unfair narrative. You have to have a biased narrative, right? And a lot of people. So at that time, it was a very popular thing to say, "Oh, Drake's career is over." People really was talking about Drake's career being over, and I always talk about these things because this is how people actually are. And you could be someone who's a winner, and because my concerns also is what we're doing to people who could become legendary, people who could change everything, people who can change the world. Because again, there's so many flames that got snuffed out, you know, due to negativity or due to someone trying to convince you that you ain't that. So many men who could be great, but they'll never reach their full potential because I'm not gonna say got married to the wrong girl. They got caught up with just ain't shit bitch. I don't know how else to put it. You know what I mean? Like, yo, a lot of men, especially black men. And don't get me wrong, a lot of that has to do with when you're younger, you just don't got it going on like that. You don't have options like that, and then you wind up, you know, with this girl, and you haven't even really become a person yet. You don't have your life together whatsoever. Then here she is. You guys are in the same boat, and at the same time, you fuck around and have a kid. And no matter what, yo, them kids and that girl belong to you. They still your responsibility. All right. Like, maturity for me was me understanding, not that I didn't understand it, but me feeling like I have to make more money so that my son's mother has more money. You know what I'm saying? So that she has more of what she needs in order to manage her household, and she don't have to think about other stuff, and she doesn't have that stress on her shoulders. Now I'm not going to call her and tell her that and whatnot, but that's an ambition, because again, if things are hard for her, then it's hard for my son. I'm just saying it takes a long time to reach certain levels of maturity, and in the beginning of your life, you're just not there. So when you're not there yet, you'll also come across someone that you're just not going to be intentional about who you let into your life, into your circle, and everything. And then that person, like again, like my ex, I spent a lot of years. I don't necessarily blame her, but I realized that I couldn't focus on myself. I didn't know how to focus on myself, and 'cause I didn't have no goals. I didn't have no. It was not even a goal. I didn't have a path to the bag, the way I'm on the path right now. You understand? So anyway, I want to make that point also too. I think Adin made a good point about, if y'all really care about Doechii, why aren't y'all finding ways to support her and celebrate her and champion her? And like you're not really spotlighting her like that. You know what I mean? It's like you're kind of taking this moment and just trying to make it into something more than what it is. Because that really is what Glasses is doing. I'm like, fam, you have a podcast to promote. In your mind, you're hoping that this brings more eyes to your podcast, which it probably has, because people want to go see what that viral clip is coming from. And this is the most attention that every time he gets any kind of attention, is from him having some really outdated take. You know what I'm saying? And it's usually based off of how broke down niggas think. All right, how losing niggas think, which is that I am a crash dummy. I am here for the benefit of the women. If I get this car, this car is for women. If I get these clothes, it's for a girl to look at me. If I get this money, it's to give to someone else. Don't get me wrong. I love the idea of being able to give to my family, most definitely. You know what I mean? But I also have my own ambitions. I also have my own ideas about enjoying life. And God damn it, I will be making up for a lot of lost time. That is the theme of 2026. Is I'm about to be balling for all the times I ain't had it. Because trust me, this year, I'm going to make more. I'm going to make 2 times more than I ever made this year. And I put that on my soul. I already know. You feel me? But the bigger point I wanted to get to with the whole Doechii thing is that it's not, to me personally, I don't take it personal, maybe because I'm in this content space too much. I think a lot of black men probably have a hard time with this concept, as far as like where we are and where we are in terms of relations between black men and black women. And for the most part, we are like a separate entity and everything, and it just is what it is. But a lot of black men, and I'm going to play a few of these clips because shout out to Accountable Commentary. So this is the 2025 Keisha send-off. So and it's just more so to kind of just enlighten black men on, yo, listen, if you happen to have positive, respectful relationships, shout out to you. But we'll never get better. One of the reasons why black men have gotten better is because black men have always been heavily criticized and always been targets. And we understand wherever we go, we're a target. Even within the community, which makes you behave differently, you talk differently, you move differently, you think differently, right? And a lot of black men with that have a hard time even thinking for themselves, So I think it's important that that we understand
guilty of theft.
What's actually going on. So
jail, 10 years.
Let's go ahead to
Rhoda Osmond.
This is Rhoda Osmond.
Talked about her a few times for.
So Rhoda Osmond became famous a few years ago when she came online with her face all swollen up. So as you can see up here on the screen, her face all swollen up and whatnot. And the story was that she is so fine, and niggas on her body to the point where a guy wanted her number, he wouldn't give it to her, and he just grabbed a brick and just bam. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. And black women always tell these stories about women getting assaulted for not giving a number. The only time that this ever happens, I've heard about this happening in the club. Never. I think maybe in all my years of being on Earth, I've only seen an argument with a guy. I guess this girl didn't want to talk to him. I've seen that one time in life. Like a dude, I guess he was getting rejected. I guess I don't know. They was arguing outside. You know what I mean? It wasn't nothing too crazy, but still, like he was tall. So this is before social media, and you had like the whole world. All these girls now saying, no, nigga, he gotta be built like he in the league. He can't be like regular tall. 5'9" is tall. Okay, I don't know what earth you on, but 5'9" is tall. That's why it's 5'9". 5'9" is tall. The average height for men is 5'6.5" to 5'8.5". Okay, that is the average height for men. That's how tall men actually are. Most men are about that height. If you really think about it, if you really think about most of the men you know, they're about between 5'6.5" and 5'8.5", 5'9". You know, it's five. When we get to 5'9" and 5'10", that's tall. 5'8" is a normal height for a man. All right.
The last couple of years, in 2023, she was known as the Brick Lady online. She made claims that a man threw a brick at her head outside of a bar in West Houston because she didn't give him her phone number. Well, she went on to collect $42,000 through a GoFundMe campaign she started after that.
The bag,
the Harris
nigga.
County jury found her guilty of theft. She has to spend 90 days in jail, 10 years probation. She has to pay restitution, 10 years of no social media, which is big for her brain.
Man, woo!
Summer Walker is another huge representative.
That was brutal. That was brutal. But this story was also relevant because black women came out in droves to support her. They ain't know shit about her, none of that. Not only that, by this point, she already had tried to do an online scam talking about I'm being abused by some black man and guys tried to give her a bunch of money. This time she actually got the money. She got the 42 racks. And she spent that shit. That's why she in trouble, because had she not spent a big part of this is also her spending the money. And she used social media to get the money. Them banning her from being banned from social media is a serious thing. Because she's going to get out in a couple of months. And you know what's going to wind up happening? She's going to wind up getting locked up because she will be on social media. How do you get banned from the internet? That's unprecedented. They have censored you from the internet. So next we have Summer Walker. Summer Walker went viral earlier this year for a few different things. One of them was when she showed up on the red carpet of the VMAs at MTV with an old white man. And listen, again, that's their business. Black women love seeing black women with white men. They think it's really great. All right, it's all good. I don't take it personal. I don't think you should take it personal either. People are allowed to want what they want. It's really important you accept reality, because, like, yo, it's nothing worse than when you the last one to know, or your delusions are now attacking you and working against you. If that's what's going on, that's what's going on. You gotta accept it, right? So anyway, when she showed up on this red carpet with this white man, people saw he was old and had on a suit, and assumed that she had found a sugar daddy that basically got a thing for black girls. So let's be very clear. If you were to ever see an old white man for black women, all right, especially if she's an attractive young girl, that guy, yeah, he may be tricking, but it's some whole activity going on. They're not in no normal relationship, right? A lot of times, especially on social media now, because people can go on social media and portray any lifestyle they want, right? As per Queen of Kings, right? Gonna find out she was taking care of that white man the whole time, but she sold y'all the story and persona of I'm a housewife that leveled up from these dirty niggas, and now I got a bright and shining armor who was just the ultimate white knight. He just said, he said, if you see a white man stepfathering some black kids, best believe he is getting paid handsomely. Brad do not fuck with broke Keishas like that. But anyway, so with Summer Walker, so recently she was in the news for basically, I wasn't mad at the message. I didn't think anything negative about the message, because basically, Rich the Kid put up a voice note of her saying, listen, I still want to fuck with you, right? And you can put me in the phone as Pizza Hut and everything. Me personally, I'm like, who do I think Summer Walker is? Hierarchy. We're going to be talking about hierarchy on this channel. I'm going to keep pointing out hierarchy. Black people, y'all have a problem with hierarchy, meaning that y'all do not want to acknowledge who's at the top and who's at the bottom. And we can acknowledge who's at the top and have not only acknowledge who's at the top, but have respect for people who are better than you. Bow down to a player that is greater than you. What my damn sound bite? Bro, nigga activity, nigga. Who wanna fight, nigga?
Who wanna fight?
Nigga?
Who wanna fight?
You understand?
Who wanna fight?
Uh-huh.
Who wanna fight?
Shit.
He's been stealthing women.
Who's stealthing women?
Like pushing the condom off while he's hitting it.
Nasty work.
Am I your baby?
Presentation for Keishas. Multiple baby daddies. you know, ran through. Then you seen her parading around with an old Brad, and you had these Keishas telling about, yeah, you know, if the Brad is taking care of you, and if he's buying you stuff, they didn't know the situation. They didn't know nothing about these old Brads. You know, she's just parading around with an old Brad, making it seem like she's done with these black males. She's going wherever, whatever. But then she had a leaked phone call, right? And some dude named Rich the Kid, I don't know who, I think he's a rapper, but this is her leaked phone call. I guess she was talking to his, she left a message on his phone, and this what this bum did. Now, understand, he's in a relationship. He's in a relationship. This is what she's telling him she's willing to do in order to be with him.
Right now, because
Okay, guys, my bad. Here we go. So she's actually, this is them on a trip and everything, right? So Rich the Kid, so some come to find out, Summer Walker and Rich the Kid been messing around. So what she did once people found out what was going on, I believe Rich the Kid's his girl put it out there, right? So then it was this back and forth between Summer Walker and Rich the Kid's main girl, right? So somehow these voice notes get leaked and everything. One thing I don't like that she did was the fact that she keeps trying to make it sound like y'all don't have a relationship or you don't fuck with him like that. And then this comes out with her basically saying, "Listen, I'm not really tripping. I ain't tripping like that."
and they say when you're 50, your true self and your true feelings come out. Because I don't know, I don't want to wait till tomorrow and I don't say it. I miss you. And I want to see you. And I want to hang out. And I'm honestly really glad. I know it probably sounds fucked up, but I'm really glad everything worked out how it worked out, because I want you to be with your family. Like when we were in Italy and I kept saying that to you, I was like, why aren't you with your baby mom? Like, I'm not gonna bother you, I promise.
So a lot of men, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how many of you will ever experience this, but I mean, listen, I experienced this. And listen, I probably could have saved this girl's life had I just kept dicking her down. But I mean, I used to see this girl, back when I was with my ex and whatnot, right? And remember, and she was like, listen, you can keep me out of trouble. Just come through and just dick me down. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'll be good. And she basically was saying, as long as you coming through to hit this shit a few times a month, just make a little time. She basically was saying, yo, just make a little time for me, and I'm straight. And like, she was willing to let me come see her when I wanted to see her and everything. And what's funny was I had a few girls like that, and back then I ain't had shit. I ain't had shit going on. I'm sharing the car with my baby mother. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't popping back then. These were just girls I knew. You know what I mean? So, you know, there wasn't dimes or nothing like that. It's just, you know, it's like girls, just like regular. You know what I'm saying? You know, regular looking girls and everything. But I knew these girls for my job. But women, there are a lot of women who, especially if they really rock with you and everything, women are multifaceted. It's not black and white. Women can deal with you in a variety of ways. A lot of guys they're not even hip to this side of the game. Summer Walker has I think the same way we can accept that some niggas got genes to be tall, you got genes to be a good singer, a good leader. Some people got you got hoe genes, and too many hoes reproduce, and now the hoe gene has run rampant. Summer Walker has hoe genes, because when you hear this kind of talking, and again, we don't have hierarchy, so we don't acknowledge Who's at the bottom? How do people at the bottom think? How I think we have a bit of an idea of this with losers, with like loser men and everything, but we have to point this out so you know when you're being a loser. One of the reasons why I had a hard time realizing how fat I was, and just in my adult years is because like I was always fat. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, people are fat in general, right? But it's hard to realize how big you're getting if you're not even looking at the scale. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not even thinking about, okay, what is the standard? What is the healthy weight? How like what am I doing wrong here? And can I make a change? You know what I mean? So we're gonna close out in a minute, but I wanted to show this shit with Aaron Pierre. He made a good point. Shout out to Accountable Commentator. He made a good point about Tiana Taylor and the husband. I'm sorry, her ex-husband Iman
and
Shumpert.
all these Keishas.
So I talked about this before, right? Black women love the idea, like black women love like the idea of rebellion and going against men, because that's kind of, because we always talk about how like black women really took feminism to just the highest level possible. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like an extreme level. Like they're like in like the extreme genre. If feminism could be put into genres, they're like the extreme genre of feminism. So one part of it is like the celebration of destroying your family or ending your family, and now kind of having this different arc. I'll be telling y'all, women really be behaving like they see themselves in a TV show. Like they really think they're okay. So this is just next season. So in the next season, you know, this is because in their mind, again, men are expected. They have the expectation of being monogamous. Women, especially modern women, especially black women in particular, they see romance as far as their romantic timeline. They have a poly way of thinking, meaning that they don't think it has to be you, even though it is you. You know what I'm saying? Because like for the most part, it doesn't matter how many. Because the only thing that's changed is women have access to more dick. So there's just more dudes who can dick you down. You know what I'm saying? That's not the same. It's never going to be the same as even a guy who wants to be with you long term as a long term girlfriend. Y'all not getting that, right? And bigger than that, I keep telling y'all, women have come to be the worst negotiators. Even though they make this shit into a business, when it comes to relationships now, they think the only way, especially if you're a black guy, the only way to be with you is if either I'm building up a case on you so I can fuck you over, or I can kind of abuse you in some kind of way, right? And nothing that kind of bothered me was when she came online talking about how she was protecting his image. Black women do not protect black men. I don't like this concept of whatever you give a woman, she multiply. Y'all don't know what multiply means. J-Lo used the analogy of if you give a woman a house, you get a home. That's not multiply. Multiply means to have more than what you started with. Multiply means I gave you one and you gave me back two. That's what multiply means. Or or she also said, yo, you bring groceries and then I turn to a 5-course meal. Slow down. First of all, we don't know if you can cook. You don't even hear dude standards are so low. Really think about this shit. When have you ever heard a guy say, I want a girl who can cook real good, like her food is banging? Dudes say, I want a girl who can cook. Women resist that and fight you on that to keep the conversation there. Because again, the loser mindset always says, well, all right, well, how can I negotiate not doing that much work? And we don't realize that the less you do, the less you can do. You become less capable. You got less brain activity going on. Laziness, and that's the bitch in you. All right? When you have a mindset of I don't have to do that, that's not worth doing. Anyway, check this out real quick.
Was applauding it. They were saying good for her. She found her idiot. This is an idiot. This is an idiot. And Keisha's going to have to hold this L. Oh, you know who's another idiot? Look at this. They broke up.
He said
they broke up.
I don't know why. I cannot tell you why, but I just did not like. I said this before. I didn't get it. I just didn't like them together. I don't know. Like I just didn't like it. And I just didn't get it. I don't know, man. I just don't know. And it was just very, very clear that, yo, this is going to be, and I probably said the same thing in a different video. I said, when I saw them together for the first time, I said, this is going to be one of many boyfriends she has for the rest of her life. All right, she gonna wind up pretty much being in the street forever. Especially given, again, maybe in previous eras she might have been able to successfully monkey branch. The difference is, yo, it's different, and you are competing with different girls. Now, luckily for her, listen, Tiana Taylor has amazing genetics and whatnot, and real nice little tight package. You know what I mean? She's actually a very tiny girl. I met her a long time ago when I was younger too. So Tiana Taylor actually looks like is a very small girl. Actually, very, very, very petite. You know, so when you see those kind of girls like in pictures and stuff like that, like it looks different. You know, now again, I met her when she was about 18, so I'm guessing like she's a little thicker now and everything. But yeah, so she'll be able to get men, but the difference now and what's going on now is that we're in a different era where men, for the most, especially black men, for the first time, have male media, where that media where the ideas and the thoughts and opinions being expressed on this show are authentic ideas coming from a black guy, and we have ruled on certain things. And don't get me wrong, I think you should do what works for you. I think that when it comes to dating single mothers, when it comes to this different shit, if you want to date an older woman, whatever you're doing, you need to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. I mean, people can do what they want to do, you know what I'm saying? But don't tell me that you prefer older women. I mean, come on now. Or don't tell me that if you, the way I look at, you know, being a stepfather, me personally, I don't mind kids, but I have a child of my own, right? But most of the time, most of the kind of guys who do that without having kids of their own, right? Most of the time, they're trying to kind of earn their keep. They're trying to validate themselves because they don't really have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is this, you have to respect the fact that you're not their father. Now, of course, they need to respect you like a father in their home, and you cannot have any tolerance for anything less, but it's hard to make that situation work because, again, you don't have many rights over these kids, and you can't back up or you can't really threaten her and the kids. But so much without it being a thing. You can't physically discipline them like that. You know what I'm saying? And you really shouldn't have to. But not only that, they get older and get older and getting older. As they get bigger and bigger and bigger, yo, you may have to rumble with these niggas at some point, or you want to have to let them know. I'll tell you something. A part of being a man, especially when you're the leader somewhere, is being ready to rumble. And being willing to rumble. You know what I'm saying? Always have that energy about you, because at any given time, it could be wartime, and you just not ready. Like you're not even ready to even posture. Like you're not even ready to get to the first. And on top of that, what if they still off on you? Anywho, so going back to this thing with Aaron Pierre and Tiana Taylor, I think this is a W for Aaron Pierre and a W for all black men, especially light skinned niggas, because you got to realize that all she was going to do was ruin his life and bring him down and fuck him over one way or the other. And more than likely, and I said this in the other video, more than likely what she thought she was going to be able to do was leave her husband, right? Break up with her husband and monkey branch to someone else, right? Now, Aaron Pierre is on a come up. The smartest thing you can do, especially at this level, is like, yo, you really shouldn't be getting with no one until your career is over if you are a dude making good money, or you're a dude that's in it, because all she gonna do is distract you. Not only that, if she get what you want to come up and whatnot, she has the equity built up, and now she can make a claim on your wealth. Versus, yo, when you have everything in your name, right, and you don't get married or nothing like that, because again, guys who got money or guys who are going to have money, you need to watch that shit. Because the thing is this, when you at God that level, when you don't need, because like, yo, when you don't need women for money, when you don't need her car, yo, there was a time where like, yo, I wouldn't want to drive my car. I remember like when I was with my ex and whatnot, right? It's like years ago. Like we would drive her car everywhere and everything, and I didn't want to drive my car. I'll drive here and there. I mean, I would drive to her, but if we went out on a date and whatnot, we would ride in her car. You know what I mean? And I drive and shit like that. And I used to love driving her car because like, yo, it was nice change of pace. I could take the shit on the highway. It rolled better. It was a bit new. It was newer than my car. You know, it was I think it was like a 2013 or some shit like that. So at the time, it was still like not that old. You know. 1 second. Yeah, at the time it was it wasn't that old. You feel me? So I've been there, and that's when I was making like way less money, and I was dressing different. I don't even know what a lot of those clothes are. Like even like where my gear was at now. My gear a little outdated right now, but um, I definitely wasn't looking like money. You know what I mean? I used to think about like the fits I would put together back then. You know what I mean? And like that whole period of life. You know, it's nothing like having a bunch of new shit, like and new fashion, like things that came out recently, not a couple years ago, not some shit I found at the thrift store that came out recently. You feel me? But anywho, she thought she was gonna monkey branch this guy, right? And my man got out there in the perfect amount of time, right? He got a good amount of licks in, you know what I mean? They got to go through the honeymoon phase. And listen, for the most part, the most fun you're gonna have with a woman is between the first 3 to 6 months of knowing her. You might as well go ahead and just dead that shit automatically at 6 months. Whether she know it or not, it's best to move on because nothing good comes out of a relationship 3 to 6 months in. I mean, I'm sorry, past 3 to 6 months, because for the most part, what starts to happen is whoever she really is, she's not able to pretend anymore. She's not able to. You're gonna start seeing the crazy come out, and unfortunately, in 2026, society has raised the women to has emboldened the women to act up and act crazy. But anyway, I'm gonna play a little more of this.
Up. And this was supposed to be a flex. She left her husband, got with this dude, and all these Keishas was applauding it. They were saying good for her. She found her match.
How the hell we end in a year like this? Aaron and Tiana have broken up after less than a year of dating.
Let me... the breakup. This is hilarious.
That's when Page 6 reported that the two had quietly gone their separate ways after less than a year of dating. No dramatic reason given for what it was. That was never a serious relationship, but cute fun and some good PR.
What? If it was never a serious relationship now? They had her riding off into the sunset with Duke, right?
Yep, facts.
It was never serious. No, you know what it was? He understood what it was. This dude right here. This dude, he understood what it was. It was just a PR move. It wasn't a PR move for her because all she kept doing was posting him, saying that, it's a new chapter in her life, stuff like that. All you saw Aaron Pierre do was just take pictures. That's all.
Yeah, if you think about it, I don't think there are no grand gestures from him towards her on camera like that. You know what I mean? And shout out to him. Listen. I am very, very proud. You know what I'm saying?
That was good though. Peace, man. Kick rocks. He's not. I know. Whatever. Done. I'm 54, man. Come on, man.
That's what he said. He said, listen. He said, I'm a decent man for the city of demons.
Decent man from the city of demons. Niggas be scheming. Niggas be shooting.
He straight future endeavor, son. But I never thought about that shit. You're right. All he did was take pictures. he just stayed next to her and take pictures. You feel me? And what she was also experiencing is that black women are not going to be able to get black men at the same price no more. You're not going to be able to get black men to just go along with your plan. Because women, for the most part, be having their own plan. And I've heard CJ talk about this, about how women come to you with the whole thing thought out already. The whole thing planned out already. And the reality is this. This is only going to work if you understand you need to go seek out leadership. You can have your own ambitions and things you want to do, right? But you have to have the understanding of this is only going to work through him. Because if you think about it, just even in your personal life, right? There was no need for that to happen. Even in your personal life, you got to think about how many women do you know who are 100% self-sufficient and they don't live with anyone, and not only that, they also have a nice car, a nice place, and live in a good town. It's not a high. It's not a lot. It happens and whatnot, but it's not a lot. You got to think about what money does that take. That takes good middle class. I mean, really two incomes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like it really takes a good clear two incomes. See, before you used to be able to have a real good job and whatnot, right? And you would be able to pay the bills with that good job. Now you need a good job plus a side hustle, which has been going on for a long time. And like I think even like since whenever Uber and Lyft got real popping and whatnot, that was around the time where people needed extra money. And at first, the kind of money you can make on the side from Uber if you got a full-time job could be real nice. Especially if you live with someone and whatnot right now. At this point, yo, if you live by yourself, no matter what the situation is, you need a little extra something. You understand? But anywho, so Tiana is experiencing the end of getting black men for the low. The end of women being able to torpedo their own family. Because also, too, the guys who will be relationship minded, right, who will want to be in a relationship, they don't want to be with someone who's going to wind up being an ex-husband, or they'll look at how you treated or talked about your ex-husband. Not that she talked that crazy and nothing like that, but, you know, just the whole situation, how it looked, the look of it and everything. It's just, I don't know. Shit was weird. But I'm going to play this real quick, then we're going to close out. Man, this is from Michelle Obama. Hold on. Hold on.
She's an older chick. She's an older Keisha. I don't care what they saying. He can go out there and get better. I don't care what anybody is saying. Once you're up there in age, a man of means, right? A man of stature, he can go out there and get a younger woman without back.
My bad. I'm going to say this too. With Aaron Pierre, right? I believe Aaron Pierre doesn't have children. This is a different era. These men, Aaron Pierre is thinking with abundance. He's not looking at this woman as irreplaceable. The higher up you are, the more, it's really not that big of a difference. Matter of fact, it's to the point now where you can go online and go on these sites. Even if you want to go on a dating site, you pretty much can pick these girls out. Yo, even if you go on just like, let's say you go on Tinder, right? Even if you're on Tinder, you're on Hinge and whatnot. If your dating profile shows some kind of like lifestyle and you dress real nice, dress in expensive clothes, you in decent shape and whatnot, and you out and about living life, you at the basketball game, you at the bar, you drinking, smoking cigars and whatnot, yo, you will have pussy falling into your lap, because if you come off, or if you are a pre-select male, if you are the kind of dude that has a higher income and whatnot, these women are looking for you. Like you can pick from. You can have your pick. Like even a dude like me. If I was willing to kind of go through the emotions and whatnot, you know how many women in their 30s? Tell us in her 30s. You know how easy, how much women that's 30 plus that I could get just off of the strength of Facebook dating, or just dating apps in general. Like most guys do not get swiped on no dating apps. They get no matches. Okay, but anyway, so before we go, man, we're gonna listen to Michelle.
She has baggage, a lot of baggage, and the way she was talking about Iman Shumpert, any man who has any sense will look at her and think, yeah, to talk like that about the father of your children, okay, if that's what you're doing, but you 35 with multiple children from another guy, right? From your husband, right? That you decided to leave and talk crazy about. So now you out in these streets, 35 years old, thinking you still have options. Now it's back to the streets for you. This is what happens when they leave their husbands. Don't get better. It's to the streets.
Mm-hmm.
Out of all the clips that you can possibly post, right? This one was insane. This one right here was just... I did a video on this too. But listen to what she has to say about her career.
This real quick, right? So, if not for Barack Obama, I would not know who this hell Michelle Obama is. Michelle Obama would not be a part of American history. But you got to realize, Michelle Obama's this thing she says, who she is. First of all, she has made to a point where she literally ruined Barack Obama's legacy for what it even was. She ruined the last of his legacy. Because you got to think about, like, yo, a part of their image is pretty much is the family thing. And if not for this, now mind you, he made her into the first and probably going to be the only black first lady ever. She was the first lady, the first black first lady. Not only that, a first lady 2 times over because of her husband winning. I saw a clip the other day where basically this woman was talking about how people would accept black conservatives if they were with black women. And at the same time, she said that it didn't bother her that Kamala Harris had a white husband, even though Kamala Harris is not black. But it didn't bother her because black women love they think it is the highest echelon of how can I say, just pretty much that's the idea of success. The idea of a good life. A lot of them, the idea of a good life is getting a white guy. You know what I mean? You've seen how they react to, to Serena Williams and her man, to Venus Williams and her man, you know what I mean? To the show Scandal. The show Scandal was mostly about this black woman being a mistress, you know what I mean? But that's been the history for the longest time, just in this country, you know what I'm saying? Going back to the times of antebellum slavery, chattel slavery, where like, yo, the slave master had access to all the women. If he wants to sleep with it, that's a slave. He can do what he want with her. Right? And that's where a lot of black people who are FBA, that's where the lineage come from. That's another reason why we look so different than other black folks around the world. I could always tell. You don't got to open your mouth. I always know when I'm looking at someone who's not FBA. I can, especially if they just came from that country, I can almost always tell because we literally look different. We look different. Now, all black folks all around the world have European genes and are they do have mixed lineage and whatnot, right? But anyway, but you can see the difference. But anyway, so going back to Michelle Obama and whatnot and Barack Obama, you would think that okay, at this level, you can say this was a life well lived. I made an imprint in the world. I was able to do fun stuff. People respect me. I'm highly esteemed. She's gonna say basically that she never reached her full potential because of her husband. What else can you accomplish? But not only that, you are she sold books. She's been on book tours. She's made a lot of money off that name of being an Obama. And only time she ever goes viral, it's never for anything that because you're not really an interesting person to be keeping a stack with you. You're just not, right? Because I'm saying you've had plenty of time. It's Barack Obama got out of the office in 2016. Here we are 10 years later. You've had 10 years to do whatever you wanted, and no one was stopping you while you was in the fucking White House. You was kicking it. You was doing the Doechii and everything. You know what I'm saying? And not only that, black culture made Barack's presidency, you know what I'm saying, really a lot about her. But going back, I'm going back to what I was saying about the young lady who brought her up. She said, Michelle helped Barack Obama get elected. Michelle did that. Michelle ain't do shit. Listen to Michelle Obama talk about her feelings, her thoughts about for one, her husband accomplishing something that no other black man has ever accomplished.
My ambition has ever fully been able to actualize itself because of the nature of what me and my husband have done. I mean, I guess you could as a team,
right?
It
wasn't about your individual ambition.
Was it right? It was the team ambition, and I went along arguably kicking and screaming, right?
Kicking and screaming to being first Keisha. not just the first lady, first Keisha. Kicking and screaming. talking about your ambitions. What was you going to do in life that would have ever been bigger than that? Nothing. There's nothing she would have been able to do that would have been bigger than being the.
So I'm actually gonna stop it right there. So I'm gonna come back on the screen real quick. So this is what we gotta talk about real quick. All right. So let me get bigger. So I ain't never saying that. It's a weird concept, and I've heard Crimson Cure make this point too about why do you think that you can't be who you need to be or accomplish what you need to accomplish while in the marriage. And it's not really about that. But you got to realize that this is the demon of complaining. This is the dangers of listening to, supporting, hearing. Whenever people have a negative mindset, you cannot hear them out. They will freaking infect you. They will get you with that demon. All right, and the demon of complaining stops you from appreciating shit, stops you from making life beautiful. All right, a lot of people don't. They're not able to get the most out of life, get the most out of their relationships, and a lot of women have that complaining demon. Or matter of fact, the loser mindset, because in the loser mindset, you're not able to see when you're winning either. What else can you accomplish? You are rich. You are famous. You have a successful husband. You have healthy kids. All right. You went to school. You accomplished quite a bit. Barack Obama wasn't president until you was way past middle age. You was well into your 40s. It wasn't like you was 21 years old. Like you lived a full, robust life. Shout out to Tracy Ellis Ross. What the fuck you talking about? But bigger than that. Black men, and what, circling back to the whole thing with black men trying to play attack dogs, black men trying to give themselves meaning, give their existence meaning, and legitimize themselves on the back of, I'm sticking up for black women. So somebody got to speak up for them, bro, fam. We have the internet now. Have you not been on TikTok? Fuck you, no, stop. You cannot put your neck out there. You cannot risk your life for someone who has a complete different agenda from you, or someone who first of all, men, you have to realize, you cannot live a life where you're afraid to want to be with someone who fully supports what your vision is. Because at the end of the day, you in charge. At the end of the day, whatever happens is going to be your fault. I heard Angry Man say this the other day about, when women are paying anything or paying their bills or doing anything, they have no problem throwing their weight around. What men got to realize is that, you have been convinced to, for one, live a life, especially black men, you live a life where you are afraid of your woman. You're afraid to critique your woman. You're afraid to even be honest with women in general. Until Kevin Samuels told that ugly girl that she was average at best, and he wasn't even dissing her. He was just saying, you talking about getting a guy who wants beautiful women, and you're not a beautiful woman. Like you're average at best. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'll see y'all later, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. I love y'all. We out.